to. I've been at this school since 6 a.m., so I am ready to leave and go
Okay.
some work. So goodbye, everyone.
Okay, bye. Any other questions? Well, Erica, we actually talked about this before, but it's just housekeeping stuff. Your the observation reports, 2 of them are due this Friday.
Yes.
And let's see. And then if you didn't revise your lesson plan overview part 2, I'll assume that you take the credit as it is.
I did revise it and gave it back to you already.
Okay. Well, it's just for everybody. So
okay, yeah.
I don't know if it applies to you or not. Yeah. And then this lesson plan part 3 is a little extensive. I'm gonna probably extend the deadline to like Sunday afternoon, so you have a little bit of time. But make sure that you do it and submit it by Sunday, because next week is the feedback week. So if I don't have yours, you cannot have any feedback from your colleagues.
Sure. I'm actually going to email it to you in a minute because I'm finished, or I think I am.
Oh.
We're going on a trip this weekend, so we'll be out of town. So I wanted to make sure it was done before Friday.
Okay. That's fine. And then one more thing is, I don't know if you see this. This is the one, the template that you're supposed to, it's not supposed to, but it will be easier for you to keep track of. So just, delete this and add your own ideas and stuff like that.
That's how I did it.
Yeah, it has everything. And make sure that you open the rubric and to see if it actually matches your rubric as well.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I looked on the rubric to see what specifically to include in the observation reports. And so I've got that as well.
Oh, and then final thing was at the rubric at the end. Let's see. Do I have it? We just talked about the if you see the rubric, there's the last thing is a 3-paragraph unit reflection.
Yes.
This one, you do it after getting all this feedback from your colleagues.
Okay, I was going to ask that, so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, so this is 3-paragraph unit reflection, and this has to be something about what kind of feedback that you receive from the colleagues, and what would be the challenges for you to actually do it in class and stuff like that. To see the guidelines, and the guideline is do you see this one?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the guideline. So
okay.
Guideline says, let's see, this is paragraph 1, 2, and 3. These are the things that you need to include for the part. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty much it. That's the one that we've talked about so far.
Well, I'm sorry that I was late. I had to take my mom to the doctor.
Claire, any other questions?
I do have. Let's see. I did want to ask. I'm going to teach this lesson next week, and so I wanted to know ahead of time if there's anything I need to keep in mind when I'm teaching it. As far as, don't I have to do some kind of follow-up?
This one is the lesson plan itself is not really supposed to be taught in class. It's just a lesson plan, but if you for the reflection, the real last reflection, which is probably after you do all this speaking, listening, reading, and writing, the final lesson plan include your own reflection too. You can probably definitely add some of the things that things that did well or things that didn't go well and stuff like that.
Okay, but nothing specific, just really my own general reflection on how it went.
Yeah, it's like when you do, let's say that you write the teaching journal or something, what things that you include as a reflection, something like that. So if you actually teach it, that would be great so that you can actually reflect on your part. And then you can revise it if you think that something didn't go well, then, the due date, the final due date is actually not this week or next week. It's 2 weeks later, so you can actually revise it.
Okay, and I was also wondering, on my end in Moodle, I can't view any of my grades, and so I just
really,
I can't either.
Okay.
So wondering if you could send out like an email update with where we're at.
I think I know why, because I thought that I kind of put it as a blind. I thought that you yourself could see it, but I guess that nobody could see it except me. But then I don't know if I unlock it, then everybody might see the whole thing. But I need to check if that thing actually allows everyone can see or just you.
Okay. That would be great. I just wanted to kind of see where I was at so far. So there's not big project yet. So as long as you did your part, that there shouldn't be too much of a. You probably get probably above 90, everyone, if you did your own part. Okay.
So make sure that, and then the one thing that I need to also tell you guys that right after this, your writing lesson plan coming up pretty soon.
Yes.
So, and then speaking first, writing, reading, and listening. And I ask you guys choose 3. So you can choose, speaking is definitely mandatory because this is the first one. So you choose 2 out of those 3 skills based on your your interests or your schedule. Listening is the last one. And I don't know if you really have a time to devise the listening lesson plans and stuff. So I actually strongly recommend you to do your first 3, which is speaking, writing, and reading. Listening is a little tricky to actually devise the lesson plans. So plus right after listening, you need to compile everything and add the 2 weeks of lesson, the short lesson plans plus your reflection part too. So I don't know if you have much time to design another lesson plan. So you just do the first 3, then just get over with it, and then just revise the 3 lesson plans, and then submit the final one. That's my recommendation.
That sounds good. The only other thing I was wondering, on this last week when you gave us the speaking PowerPoint on Tuesday, I found that immensely helpful. I loved the different strategies you went
good.
But at that point, I really had already put my lesson together. So I was just wondering if, for the next ones, if you have some really great, I know how knowledgeable you are about, different activities we can be using, but in my head, I have to really think about them ahead of time. So I was wondering if you have anything, if you could post it early so we could kind of start getting, not the actual, assignment done, but just an idea in our head about how we might want to, something we might want to do. Because since I know my kids and I have them in class, I really like to think about, okay, what's something that my kids would really like? Because I learn a lot more if I can then try it with my students I have in class.
But then I don't know if I have time. I usually do, let's say, like devise my lesson 1 week ahead. So I don't know if you want to have a PowerPoint which is not really perfect. But I'll try to do it as early as possible. I actually did the speaking part. Actually finished it by probably Friday afternoon. But then I didn't want to post it that time because I don't want to force anybody to read it. So anyways, well, I'll think about it. Yeah, I keep remind myself that if I have it, just post it early.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So I'm glad that it's helpful because my background is more ESL rather than mainstream class or the teaching middle school or high school. But then, strategies are strategies, so you can definitely adapt to your own audience.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought they were great.
Good. Any other questions? By the way, this would be pretty much almost the last Zoom session. I'll have another one, but that would be right before your final unit plan submission. And I'm gonna ask you guys present your final lesson plans, like a brief overview, not the entire thing. So like I'll give you say like 10 minutes to talk about your own lesson plans and how it actually, how you designed it and how it incorporate into the 2-week lesson plans and stuff like that. And you present your students to the other students and stuff. Okay, so but then obviously I'm available for the Zoom session if you need help, or even if you really need it, you can call me over the phone and ask questions. But then if you're done with the speaking part, the other things would be just different skills. So it shouldn't be that much of a hassle.
And can I also I thought of one other question when you were talking. Our different lesson plans do not all have to necessarily fit together, right?
Well, they should. It should flow. It should flow nicely. That's my recommendation.
Okay, so they need to all be part of one actual unit that
would be perfect. Yes. So if you teach something like algebra 1, then it should have algebra 1 speaking portion, and because the final lesson plan will have a 2 weeks the timetable, and in the timetable you will add all of your scripted lesson plan kind of small ideas.
Okay.
Is it okay if, say, like you're doing more of a thematic unit for an elementary level, like it's based around one topic, but it may include math, science, social studies lessons, even rather than one content-specific area?
Yeah, I guess that would be okay for you because you are first graders.
That's
first graders don't really. There's nothing clearly defined math and science and stuff, right? I guess your case should be okay.
Okay.
But Claire, you don't jump to English.
Yeah. I feel like an English teacher this semester with my history of the English language in this class.
Oh, okay. But anyways, don't jump around. Just try to stick in one topic.
Okay.
That'll be easier for you because it will flow, speaking through, writing through, listening. Or reading.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
See you guys later then.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.